tutorial is going to show you how to use artboards with this project. What you can do is when you're in Illustrator, you can create several artboards. So this is an example of a logo project that I worked on for somebody. So it started out with some initial concepts, and you can see all of the iterations that this project went through, from symbol to font selection to color, and then different versions of the final logo. So artboards can be used to create different versions of things and to help you organize your artwork. So what I'm going to do, and this is what you'll do for your project, you're going to go to File, New, and in the opening screen, you can select number of artboards. For this project, we're going to create 4 artboards, okay? And 8.5 by 11 is fine. Whether it's the width or the height, it doesn't really matter. And then say, okay, well actually let's name this your name, logo concepts, and say okay. So now I've got 4 artboards here. I can also manage my artboards by going to the window and pulling up my artboards palette. So making sure that's checked. And here is my artboards palette. You can see that I've got 4 artboards here. When I double click on an artboard, it brings me to that artboard. I can rename that artboard if I'd like. You can add more artboards. You can do a new artboard. So this is just a way to have multiple documents in the same file. And you can see, you can also organize. If I go to Document Setup, I can do Edit Artboards. And I can move these artboards around too if I want to change the order of them. And then when it goes to print, when it comes time to print something, if you go to File, Print, you can select a single artboard to print. So artboards here, you can select range and you can select which number artboard you'd like to print. Same goes when you want to save an artboard. So for example, let's say you need to save artboard 1 for to submit to Canvas for your first submission for that stage of the project. Do File, Save As, and you'll save it as probably a PDF. And then you can select which artboard or number of artboards that you will save. So artboard 1, save. Artboard 2, you just have to know which artboard, what number is associated with which page if you're moving them around a bit. And that's it for artboards as far as getting them set up. Now, what I'd like you to do, I'm going to delete this 5th artboard, trash that, and I am going to so it says it right up in the corner what artboard you have. Artboard 1 is going to be labeled with the word initial concept. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the T tool and you're going to type up in the corner and you're going to say your name, Rachel Paulson. I'll zoom in so you can see that. Rachel Paulson, initial concepts. Okay, and then I can just take this, and actually I can bump up the font a little bit, maybe 14. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it in the next artboard, and it's going to say Rachel Paulson, and instead of initial concepts, this one is going to be 3 versions of favorite. Okay, and then I'm going to do it again, copy, paste. Where'd you go? Copy, paste. We're going to put that one down on, so each artboard is going to have a label. This one is going to be Rachel Paulson, word mark. And the last one is going to be Rachel Paulson, color. And I can just use my T tool to highlight a word and change that. Okay, so you will end up submitting 4 stages of this project to Canvas. and each stage is going to require you to save different versions. Now, all of this gray area out here is kind of like a sketchbook. You can draw and create as many versions as you want on all of that gray area. So think of that as a sketchboard. And then just the 3 versions that you'll submit for each stage will go on the actual document. And that's it.